going on, YouTube? I am back with another video today talking about left shoulder movement, how it's going to get you more speed and distance, how it's going to help your accuracy, and better yet, the best drill you can do to have a more efficient left or front shoulder. Let's get into it. Your left shoulder or front shoulder, if you're a lefty and the weird guys, plays a massive role in how you effectively deliver this golf club at the ball. Your left shoulder in your golf swing is going to work up and back. This helps create a really rigid left side and helps you turn into your left side, use the ground to efficiently push backwards, and more or less deliver this golf club correctly at the golf ball every single time. If you have bad left shoulder movement on your downswing, or essentially at impact, what's going to happen is if your left shoulder moves more horizontally in a rotational pattern, you're going to swipe across the golf ball and you're going to hit lots of bad shots and lots of slices. Your left shoulder is supposed to move in a more up and backward motion. When your left shoulder moves up and back and your right shoulder dips downward, it's essentially acting as a gear. Picture your shoulders are a gear. If your shoulders are here and you aggressively spin that gear really fast, well, in essence, when you spin that gear really fast, this golf club is going to act as an extension of that gear and deliver at the club and deliver at the ball faster and more effectively. So when your swing is working well, your left shoulder is going up and back, your club is delivering perfectly at the golf ball, and the faster this motion occurs, and the more efficiently, the faster that motion can occur, delivering at the golf ball consistently every single time. So good use of the left shoulder is going to look something like this. You can really see that my left shoulder gets up and backwards on that swing. Now, a lot of people struggle with that thoracic extension of the spine and getting that left shoulder to actually clear and feel what that is. So let me talk about that right now for you and give you my favorite drill for actually encouraging this in the golf swing and strengthening that portion of your swing. So grab yourself 2 dumbbells, and what I want you to do is gorilla rows. Gorilla rows look like this. You'll be bent over. Now, before I get into actually demoing this, I really want you guys to have a tight core, work on bracing your core. Essentially, if you take a big breath in to your belly, squeeze your core tight and clamp down on it almost like you're doing a crunch, that's bracing your core. You should be able to essentially take a punch in that position. That's bracing your core, and that's going to help protect your spine, protect your back, take all of the load off your back. Especially in this position where you see that you are bent over, you're putting a lot of stress on your lower back. So to counteract that and essentially protect your back, we want to make sure that we're taking the brunt of the load on your core. So tight core, making sure you control your breathing and stay tight and squeezed. With that being said, I'm going to actually demo this exercise for you. So a gorilla row looks like this. And as you can see, I am sitting here and getting big shoulder turn and focusing on opening up my chest. You've seen a lot of mobility exercises where people will come down into kind of a squat form and they'll go up and rotate, which is awesome for creating mobility. But one aspect I want to really talk about today and highlight is that mobility is incredibly important, but a lot of times people try to stretch a tight muscle when really that muscle is tight from being weak. Take hip flexors, for instance. Hip flexors are one of the biggest muscles that people are always stretching because they always think it's tight. Well, the reality is a lot of times it's tight because it's weak and it's trying to protect itself and it's trying to protect other parts of your body. So while mobility work is awesome, and yes, you should be doing some exercises like this to increase your thoracic mobility, what I really want you to focus on right now is strengthening that motion, and then through a strong full range of motion, you will actually increase your mobility as well. So you'll see some people doing this exercise, well, they'll just straight up do rows. That's not what we're looking for because you're lacking that actual rotation of your spine. So we're looking for big rotation big turn, looking up at the sky and delivering it back. And then you're just gonna go back and forth, while again keeping your core nice and tight, trying to keep a very straight and neutral spine, and really feeling your body opening up each side that you turn. Open it up, open it up. See how far you can get your chest to actually turn, how far back you can get your shoulder on every single rep. Now, this can be done slow and controlled, just like I demoed now, or a little bit faster paced with the assist of a band. So I'm also a big fan of using bands. Some of you don't have dumbbells available and can just buy a band. You can do the exact same thing while standing on it and work on that rotation while strengthening. Now that was slow and controlled. You can also go, again, fast and explosive. I would always recommend you start slow and controlled before going into the actual power aspect of it. Get strong before you get powerful. Through full ranges of motion, you'll also increase your mobility. But now if you want to go back and do some of the mobility exercises that will also help with this, it's good because you have strengthened that muscle, have strengthened all the muscles surrounding your spine to protect it from injury. And now when you protect it from injury, it will actually allow it to move in a more full range of motion because it's not going to sit there and try to protect itself so much. Last aspect of this is you can actually stand on the band with the dumbbells and use them in conjunction to get winded for a sec, to get a combination of that strength and power in that while also working on the mobility and the turning. So now let's take it back to the golf club to talk a little bit about what that's actually going to do in your swing. Okay, so now we've opened up and strengthened our back and our thoracic mobility, which will allow our left shoulder, front shoulder, to clear better while also maintaining a correct spine position. Because a lot of time when people try to clear that left shoulder, they don't have the mobility to actually make this move right here. So they'll end up compensating, rotating this way, and that's what we talked about at the beginning that we don't want in our golf swing. So add that exercise into your gym routine. Start to feel your spine actually working correctly. Start to feel your chest opening up, your shoulder moving in the correct pattern, then take it to your golf swing. Start working on that same motion. If we're here and we're moving this way, well, if we put a club in your hand, that is the exact position you're supposed to be in at impact to have more speed and accuracy and deliver the club correctly. Adding this patterning into the gym and actually strengthening it will help you deliver this club more correctly every time with more efficiency, more speed, and more power. So try this exercise out in the gym. Try a few of the variations of it, then go back to increasing your mobility through some different functional T-spine mobility movements. With all of that being said, this may be the missing piece that may help you actually to get a better feel of your spine moving correctly in the golf swing, your chest opening up more, creating more clearance, and being able to control your left shoulder, thus delivering the club correctly every single time. If you want to hear some more exercises that can help your golf swing just like this one, let me know in the comments down below, as well as if you need some of those mobility exercises that you should be incorporating after you start strengthening. That is it for today, and I'll see you guys later.